नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब और खम्मा गणी दोस्तों। कहानियों के इस खास कार्यक्रम में आज हम मिलेंगे डॉक्टर नेहा मिश्रा से। ये एक ऐसी शख्सियत है दोस्तों जो मानती है कि जिंदगी में असफलता के डर से बैठने की बजाय हमेशा जोखिम लेने के लिए तैयार रहें, रिस्क लेने को रेडी रहें। भले ही हार या असफलता का सामना ही क्यों न करना पड़े, लेकिन उस स्थिति से डरने की बजाय उसका मुकाबला करें, उसका सामना करें। और हार भी गए तो कोई बात नहीं, उसे एक सकारात्मक रूप में ले और एक नई सीख लेते हुए आगे बढ़ें। क्योंकि दोस्तों एक वक्त ऐसा भी आएगा जब आपको अपने द्वारा लिए गए इन्हीं फैसलों पर नाज होगा। डॉक्टर नेहा मिश्रा की इसी सोच ने इन्हें आज इस मुकाम तक पहुंचाया है दोस्तों। आज ये एक ट्रेंड फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट है और गोरेगांव मुंबई में जस्ट हील फिजियोथेरेपी एंड वेलनेस सेंटर की फाउंडर है। ये अपनी माँ के बहुत करीब है। इनकी माँ ने एक सिंगल मदर होने के नाते अकेले ही इनकी परवरिश की। इन्होंने अपनी माँ के उन मुश्किल दिनों को करीब से देखा है जब वो बिना रुके, बिना हार माने हमेशा आगे बढ़ी। माँ के आत्मविश्वास, लाख मुसीबतों को पार कर जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ने के उनके जुनून और जज्बे ने ही इन्हें हमेशा प्रेरित किया है। वही इनकी लाइफ की रोल मॉडल है जिनसे इन्होंने बहुत कुछ सीखा है। ये आज उन्हीं के दिखाए मार्ग पर चलते हुए आगे बढ़ रही है और हर दिन सफलता के नए आयाम स्थापित कर रही है। तो दोस्तों ये कुछ खास बातें थी डॉक्टर नेहा मिश्रा की जिंदगी के बारे में। अब आइए सीधा मिलते हैं इनसे और जानते हैं इनकी जिंदगी की इस खूबसूरत कहानी के बारे में।
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Neha Mishra. I am a trained physiotherapist from UK. I am currently based in Goregaon, Mumbai. I am a founder of Just Heal Physiotherapy and Wellness Center. I stay in a nuclear family with my mom and dad. So talking about my choice of profession, this question was asked to me when I was in my first year as well. And I had the most funniest answer. It was very simple. I've grown up in a family full of doctors, whether it was my mother, it was my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle, my aunts, all were doctors. And when I had to choose my career after 12th science, I was thinking, I actually made a list and I was like, oh, we have this doctor in the family, we have that doctor in the family. Then there were only two professions that were not present as of now. One was a dentist and one was a physiotherapist. But the concept of physiotherapy, the concept of healing people really inspired me a lot. And hence I chose to become a physiotherapist. So that was it. That inspired me to be what I am today. So talking about the struggles, the first struggle was going away from home to pursue my career. During my bachelor's, the first and the foremost struggle that every student must have experienced is accommodation, from going from a city to a rural setup and then communicating with people. Adjustment took a lot of time. That was one obstacle. And then slowly, the second obstacle, what kept me going was the ultimate goal of me pursuing my degree. And after I did, the other struggles that I am still facing is the struggle of acceptance. Though there are a lot of majority female physiotherapists in India, however, the chances of a sports physiotherapist, to be very specific, is a little biased towards male physiotherapist as compared to female. But slowly things are changing and I'm still striving hard, and I believe one day I will get into a team as a sports physiotherapist, because I believe the knowledge and the skills that even the female physios have is equivalent to what males have. So this is one very common problem or common obstacle that a female physiotherapist faces, and that's what I'm also facing. But with God's grace and with my skills, I'm very sure and very optimistic that soon I will be a part of a sports team. Talking about a motivational quote, I always remember Albert Einstein. He once said, "A person who has never made a mistake has not tried anything new." So this always reminds me that one should always keep on trying something. Failure is a part and parcel of life, but to fall and then to to have the capacity to rise again, that's what comes within. So I always believe in taking risk, in failing, in learning, and again trying. So this is how I've evolved myself. Talking about my role model, people must have idols of Ambani, Tata, whoever, but my role model is my mother. My mother was a single mother, single parent, and I have seen her from my childhood striving hard, being independent, teaching me the power of education. She always told me knowledge is power. When you have knowledge, you can achieve anything and everything in life. Obstacles will come and go, but knowledge will always remain with you. And when you have knowledge, even if you fail, you'll have the courage and you'll have the power to restart from scratch. And when I see her struggle, I don't feel sad, but I feel inspired. So I always idolize my mother. And whenever I'm in trouble, I always remember what she has been through or whatever she has guided me. I believe I was born leader, but the ideology of being a leader or attributes of leadership is, has evolved as I have grown in my life. So when I was a child, I was the monitor, I was the head girl of the school. So I thought being a democratic leader, telling people what to do, what not to do, I have a control over them. But sooner or later with time, I realized that a good leader, you can be a leader by commanding people, but a good leader, to be a good leader, you need to have an autocratic ideology where you understand what people expect from you. And when I started understanding that, the leadership quality in me evolved and people started loving me. They started idealizing me. They started following me. Initially, when I was, being democratic or being authoritative, you need to do this, do that, people used to envy me. People used to bully. People used to talk behind my back. But when I changed my attitude, when I changed my behavior, and when I changed my to showcase people what type of a person I am and what type of leader I want to be. I want to be considerate person. I want to have that soft touch to you and me. So when there was open communication, where I understood what people are really expecting out of me, and I started changing, that's when I became a successful leader. And I always preach for anyone to become an autocratic leader. So to all the newbies, to all the new budding physiotherapists, my one and only advice for you is to work on your soft skills. We are in a profession of healing. We are in a profession of human touch, where we add quality to life. So when we are soft spoken, when we understand, when we put ourselves into their shoes and understand their pain, it is very easy, or it is very humble for the patient to put in their trust in you. And when they put in their trust, you give your 100%. So always work on your soft skill, always be available. Never show that attitude of a doctor. The more the humbler you are, the more the trust the patient will put in. You can serve them better, you can help them better. So work on that, always work on your skills, try to learn new things every day. With experience, you will understand what is required and thrive for that. Learn, keep learning. Learning is a never-ending process. So just don't stop there. Always keep learning, always keep smiling, and always be grateful. So when I talk about education and experience, for me, it goes hand in hand. Because when you have education, you get a chance to experience. And when you experience, you get a chance to explore the education or the knowledge that you have gained in those 4 years, 5 years, whatever the study period you had. And when you are working, in my particular field of physiotherapy, there are standardized protocol which has already been made, but that is according to the average population. But that comes into play when you are in field or in clinic working, when you meet a patient, you understand what type of exercises that patient can actually do. The theoretical knowledge and the practical things are way too different. So the knowledge will help you to have a correct direction, but the experience will help you to master the skill that you have learned. And when you have experience, you understand the gaps between your education. And when you fill in the gap, you always keep on learning. As I always say, learning is a never ending process. So with experience comes knowledge, and with knowledge you get the chance of experiencing things. So it always goes hand in hand. So I've grown up in Goregaon itself. I used to stay with my grandmother and my mother. I was a very naughty kid, but I've never bunked my class till now. I mean, I have a trophy which says 100% Betable Award because I've never skipped school. I used to love going to school. And talking about memories, like I was a single child. So being a single child, it's single child to chodo. I was the youngest of all. So all my demands, all my whatever I used to say used to happen. So I had asked my mother to get me that shakalaka boom boom big pencil, I remember. And that pencil was in trend, and I was like, I want two. I don't want one. I want two, and you need to get it today itself. And it was summer vacations going on. She said, okay, if I find it, I will get it for you. And I asked my friends, let's play today. So we were playing hide and seek, and there was a construction. I guess, yeah, the renovation was going on in our building. So there was a huge tank, water tank, but due to summer or something, they were not coming for a week or so. So one of my friend went inside the tank to hide. So there were two stands, and then she was sitting on the stand, and there was water inside it. And then I was searching everyone. I found everyone, but I couldn't find her. So I started screaming, and I really got scared. What happened? Where is she? And then somewhere down the line, I could hear someone screaming, Neha, help, help. And I ran there, and I saw she was stuck between two poles, body inside, and there was a water snake in that tank. Oh God, I was so scared. I was like, what to do? And I was so small. I mean, I am a short-heighted girl. So I was such a short stretcher, and I was like, how can I help you? So I piled up good amount of bricks, and I stood over it, and I was trying to pull her. However, I also fell into the tank. And in that same time, coincidentally, my mother was coming, and she saw both of us doing that. She didn't know the whole picture, whole scenario. She picked us up. She brought me home, and with that shakalaka boom boom, I got right, left, and center that day. And I was like, Mummy said you wanted pencil, now take. Later, when I told her the real story, she felt bad, and then I got good treats. But yeah, those were fun memories. So if I get a time machine in perspective to my career, I would never change a single thing. Of course, I would change my hostel life, but nothing of my career. I live with no regrets. I'm happy at the place I am. But talking about my personal life, if I get a chance and if I had magic, I would go back in time and stop the time where I was living with my grandmother. She's not with me anymore, but I still remember her every day. And whatever I am, whatever values, whatever I have learned in my life, it's all because of her. Whatever I am a person that is made by her. And I thank her every day, and I miss her. So I would go back in time and get her back in my life. So apart from work, I love traveling. In my childhood, I couldn't travel much because my mother used to be busy. So when I grew up, I started exploring. I want to travel whole of India. I want to travel whole of world. So whenever I get a chance, I plan a small trip to a new place. And there I go, learn the culture, learn people, make new friends, and get a lot of memories. And I have a long bucket list of adventures that I want to do, starting from this summer. So I'm fun to go apart from work. So talking about professional associations, I am an active member at my Glasgow Caledonian University alumni group, specifically for Indian international students, where I help them understand the academics, how to go about, how to write an essay, how to write answers, because it is very different from Indian education system. So I help international students a lot. I am associated with a lot of NGOs. I treat once in a month or once in 2 months. I usually go there and treat people for free, give them advice, teach them some regular exercises for their health. I am a member of Indian Association of Physiotherapists, where we learn about the new and upcoming study system, education or treatment, evidence-based practice. I am also associated with a lot of corporates where I teach them ergonomics. I conduct workshops. I also conduct workshops for students who want to study abroad. I help them with their education, admission procedures, a selection of colleges, or advice of what's the life in abroad. Recently, I have been appointed as the South Ward Coordinator for MSME Group. This is a startup group where we ask all the new startup or all the newbies who wants to have their own business to come along, so that we help them to find a better investor or a good partner or other people who are in the same business, so that they can work along. So I am really glad that is helping me, as well as I'm able to help others to get in touch with the correct person. So I'll talk a little negative, not negative, but the life fact that I was suffering. So I was in UK when I got to know that my father is suffering from cancer, and I had to come back to India just to be with them. And it was a short trip. I thought I would support my family. I'll be with my father. I'll help him go through it. But suddenly COVID hit us, and my last semester of my master's was done from India, and we were all stuck. My father was so weak that we couldn't work as a frontliners, but that didn't stop me, because my aim was to help people. So I started creating groups. So we have a society. So I started telling them to add me in their groups, and I started posting every day health tips, breathing exercises, mobility exercises, so that it could reach as many people as it can. And then when it was work from home, I came around a person whom I would not name, but she introduced me to a lot of HRs of corporates, where they approached me to help them with ergonomics, so that working for 15-16 hours a day and having back pain issues, neck issues. So at least COVID helped me. I couldn't be the frontline helper, but I was helping the others to have a life, or to save their jobs, because people who were taking a lot of leaves had to leave their job. But thanks to the knowledge that I have, I could share it with people, and the amount of absenteeism reduced. They were healthy enough to work. They were strong enough to work for long hours. They could help their family. So in a small way, I contributed a little to the society during this pandemic. So the song that I want to dedicate is to all my patients, to all my juniors, to my friends and family. And the song goes like this. Chalte, chalte, मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. सिर्फ अलविदा पेन को कहना और किसी को नहीं. Thank you. So basically, I would say, if a doctor can treat you, a physiotherapist can add value to it. We add quality to your existing life. Physiotherapy is not only healing, but also having a healthy lifestyle. Physiotherapy takes care of your pain without popping medicines. You usually, medications have short-term effect, but the long-term effect will only a physiotherapist can give you. It can eradicate your pain from the roots. And popping pills will only give side effects in long term. So I would always, urge people to see a physiotherapist first for muscular condition, of course. There are many conditions that a physio cannot manage, a doctor can. But any muscular conditions, pain, or, nagging, tingling sensations, all of these things can be managed by physiotherapy conservatively. So always see a physio first before popping any painkillers. And I am based in Goregaon. My clinic name is Just Heal Physiotherapy and Wellness Center. If you want to get with me, I am available on Instagram. My page ID is Just Heal 2021. You can DM me. You can visit. My clinic is available on Google. You can type the name of my clinic, and you can find me there. My contact number is also available on it. Thank you, Work Mob, for giving me an opportunity to share my life, to share my story, to share who I am apart from my profession. And to all the people out there, I would just say be humble, be grateful, never give up. You will see failures, but after every failure, there is success. So strive hard, work hard for it. And if you have such exciting stories, if you have such inspiring stories, Work Mob is the exact platform, or is the absolute correct platform that you're looking for. Contact them, share it, and if you like my story, do like it and share it as much as possible. Thank you so much.
दोस्तों, आप सुन रहे थे डॉक्टर नेहा मिश्रा की कहानी इनकी अपनी जुबानी। ऐसी ही प्रेरक कहानियाँ रोजाना सुनने के लिए हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन ज़रूर दबाएं। और अगर आज की ये कहानी आपको पसंद आई है तो इसे लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना ना भूलें। अब आप भी बन जाइए भारत की प्रोफेशनल कम्युनिटी की आवाज़ और सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस मुहिम से जुड़कर अपने जीवन के अनुभवों, कार्यक्षेत्रों और अपने उत्पादों एवं सेवाओं के पीछे की वास्तविकता से देशवासियों को प्रेरित करें और अपने जीवन के अनुभवों से अपनी एक नई पहचान बनाएं। टेल योर स्टोरी, इंस्पायर एंड बिल्ड योर ब्रांड विद द पावर ऑफ वीडियो। जय हिंद, जय भारत।